For better or for worse, I feel that breaking the 2.5-year silence is probably for the best. Now, for people who don't know what I'm talking about right now, I used to have a fan series on this channel called The Walking Dead Among the Dead. Now, the name is very redundant, but basically what that series was basically kind of my own little take on The Walking Dead Season 3, the Telltale series, by the way. And for me, I consider that series, or the first season, to kind of just be not really that good. It's very bad. I regret a lot of what I wrote into that series. What I'm here to tell you guys right now is that I haven't given up completely on the series, but what I'm here to talk about is what I'm going to do next for the series. So to kind of get into the history of the series, I kind of have to go way the fuck back to when I first started this channel. So for people who don't know, when I started this channel, I kind of didn't know what this channel wanted to actually be. So I kind of used to upload just like random shit. Obviously because I was like fucking 11, I think, or 10. I think I was 10 when I started this channel. But yeah, I just uploaded random shit. And what had happened was that I used to look at these videos, these really cringy videos of like these Sonic type fan series type shit, where they basically just like took images off of Google and put text over them. And like here's an example of one like that's showing on the screen. It's not mine, but it's like an example. And I was like, hey, cool, I kind of want to make one of those too. And I just made one. And it was called like Mario and Sonic versus Skynet. Yes, the Skynet from the Terminator movies. Yeah, it's like really weird. So basically I used to make that, and I used to be a big fan of this one girl named like Brooke Sampson, or Galaxina 1. So yeah, I kind of like, you know, made a series. And what happened later on was that I started looking at more, you know, Sonic type shit, and I started making dubs. Yes, like actual fan dubs. And one of the dubs I think was called Shadow Returns or some shit. Basically it was like a fan dub of one of the later episodes of Sonic X, I think. And what had happened was that one of those videos got a copyright notice on them, and me at the time, being the dumbass like 13-year-old that I was, thought I could go back on the strike, I guess, by just sending them like some bullshit. And what had happened was that yeah, the company that owned fucking Sonic X, that owned the episode, basically fucking took a strike to my channel, meaning that I couldn't do custom thumbnails and I could not upload a video more than 15 minutes. So yeah, that kind of happened, right? So after all that shit went down, I kind of just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna make any more YouTube videos until this strike is over, because I have like more good video ideas, some shit like that. And I just kind of felt like very disheartened to just make YouTube videos again. So eventually, a couple months down the road, I actually started experimenting more with Gmod, and I eventually I guess around that time, I was playing The Walking Dead, you know, Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1, and I was having a really good time with it, and I was kind of like, I kind of want to make, no, it didn't start like that. Basically, you know, I was playing The Walking Dead, and I eventually came across this other fan series called Just The Walking Dead by some guy named Dead Tales, and I was kind of like, hey, this is actually pretty cool, I kind of want to do some shit like this again. So I went on Gmod, and I was making, you know, the first episode of the series, and I was like, I don't know if I'm inspired to do some shit like this. And I kind of put it down for a bit, but then I kind of picked it back up, and I just like, you know, finished the video. And once I finished that video, I guess I felt a little bit fulfilled, because I was kind of like, hey, I made something, I uploaded. And the video got, I don't know, I think it got like 30 fucking views, I guess. And I think that someone commented on the video. And after it got that many views, I started getting a little bit more subscribers, right? So I was kind of like, hey, this is actually pretty fun to make. I'm gonna make another one. So I made a second episode, and that got more views. And eventually my channel got 50 subscribers, and I made the second episode of 50 subscriber special or some shit like that. And I actually gained a fan from the video. So I was kind of like, hey, this is actually pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna keep on making more episodes. And the episodes tacked on, and they progressively became shittier and shittier. Well, actually no, it didn't become shittier. It's just more that the story just went really crazy. But yeah, I was even though the story wasn't really as good as I wanted it to be, I actually had some real fun making that series. And eventually I finished, season 1, and I kind of gained a little bit of a fan base from the videos, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm going to take a break from season 1. I'm from the fan series. I'm just going to do like other shit, right? And it took me about a year to make the first episode of season 2, and when I uploaded that, I don't know, I kind of lost interest in making the series again. I kind of just lost interest in it, and I want to work on other things like the commentary videos and other projects. This is why you kind of see like other GMI Machinima sprinkled in between the first episode of season 2. And now we flash forward to today, or in more recent times, I kind of feel like, or I kind of just want to continue that series again, not for any type of financial or any type of like actual like reason. I kind of just want to do it again because I found making that series was actually kind of fun, and I had finished episode 6 of the season 2 script, so I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna make the series again. So I started work on episode 2 in SFM, and episode 1 was in SFM as well, but I started work on episode 2 in SFM, and what I noticed was that the oh my god, SFM is actually kind of unstable. It's not bad. Like, if you want to make a quick animated film, like, SFM is really good, but for me, it was kind of unstable. Like, it kept on crashing, and then eventually my file got completely corrupted. I couldn't open it up back again, and from that point, I kind of got disheartened, and I kind of just like, stepped the fuck back and shit like that. So just like I said, in more recent times, I'm actually gaining more of an interest in continuing the series. And eventually I decided straight up that, you know what, I'm going to try to continue it in the best way that I can. So the first part, or the first way I was going to re-continue it, was doing it with hand-drawn animation. Now for me, in the beginning, I was kind of like, hey, hand-drawn animation, I know how to work on Flash, I can draw it semi-decently, and I can do this shit, right? I decided no, because obviously hand-drawn animation is really... it's really fucking, it's 2 times consuming. I was like, you know what, fuck that. And I then reconsidered doing it in SFM again, but I was like, you know what, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna do it in SFM again. It crashed on me, or it bucked up my file before. I really don't want to go through that shit again. Man, it's really hard to explain. But with SFM, right, you're kind of restricted on the type of stuff that you can actually use, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't import your own models or your own like assets and shit like that. You can, and I know how to do it, but I feel like doing it the SFM way is gonna like require way too much time. Like, I'm gonna have to model the fucking character, then I'm gonna have to go to the Half-Life 2 rig and rig that shit up. Then I'm gonna have to go into what program was it? I forgot the fucking program, right? So I think it was called Crowbar or something. Then I'm gonna have to like, I'm gonna have to like do some shit in Crowbar, and then I'm gonna have to like put it in SFM and pray to God that it works. Like, I'm not doing all that shit, right? And I was like, you know what, screw SFM, I'm not gonna use it for this series. The third option was that I was gonna use Blender, the free 3D program, and I was like, I can do this, right? I know how to, animate characters in Blender, and I know how to decently model. But the thing about it is that I don't really know how to actually use Blender in a way to make an animated movie, right? Like, I know how to like do character animations, and I know how to rig, I know how to weight paint, but to make like a full-on 3D film in the fucking program, I don't know how to do it. And from what I heard, it's actually pretty fucking taxing on your fucking PC. I don't really want to wait I really want to wait like 3 days for like a single scene to be rendered out. So at the time, I was kind of like, I was kind of like baffled on how to actually finish the series. I was kind of like reconsidering like, hey, maybe I should just go back to SFM, right? But then I remembered something. I remembered Unity Timeline. Now, it seems kind of weird to bring Unity into this conversation because Unity is a program that's usually made for like games, or it's a game engine, but I realized that Unity had released something called Unity Timeline, and I found some really good stuff made with it, or some really good short films made with it. I was kind of like, hey, let me try to make my own thing, right? And I've done some tests. In fact, one of my videos actually includes like a scene that I made in Unity Timeline, the Vaporwave video, this video on the screen right now. And right now I'm showing you guys examples, or short examples that I made in Unity Timeline, and I found that it's actually pretty good. And I know how to use Unity. Like, listen, dude, I've made like fucking like alphas in Unity, so I know how to use a goddamn project, right? Program, right? So I was like, fuck it, let me just use Unity 3D, or Unity 3D, Unity Timeline, some shit like that. So yeah, I decided on my program and I was like, you know what? All right, we have the program and I can hire some people to make some of the models for me when I'm overwhelmed. So you know what? Let's get this shit started. With that out of the way, some of you guys or some of the older people that know about like the fan series I used to do might be like a little bit excited that I'm going to come out with a new episode soon, right? Not exactly, no. I'm still working on a lot of it. In fact, I haven't even got started on the second episode in the Unity Timeline program. I'm in Unity Timeline yet, so it's probably going to take a while. And also, I mentioned this in my last update video, but I'm going to be making a second channel for all my filmmaking stuff. That's the Planes Production channel. That's fucking done. But this filmmaking channel will be a little bit more expansive. It won't just focus on one thing or just short films. It's mostly going to be a mini series type channel where I focus on like other mini series and shit like that. So that's where the series is going to like appear on. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload the old episodes on that channel because I feel like the quality of those old episodes just don't match up. That will not match up with the quality that I'm putting on right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, the series is coming back. It's probably not coming back anytime soon. Like, as soon as I get all the assets together, it's probably going to be smooth sailing from here on out. But guess what? I am not all the way done. I actually feel like I owe some of the old fans some content for like 2 years time. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you guys some footage, some footage that I used to work on in SFM, right? This isn't a whole episode, or hell, these scenes might not even be in the final version of episode 2, but I'm just going to show you guys a couple scenes that I had and a couple screenshots of what was going to be before I switched programs. So here it is.
Hello! Anybody still alive? It's me, the Master, coming in live from you don't need to know where. Let's start off with some news. Okay, my group of field reporters have recently gotten back from New York. They said they found 2 communities while in the Big Apple. One of them formed within the World Trade Center, and the other was formed in Times Square. The thing is that the 2 communities are kinda at odds. In fact, even say they're at war. So if you plan on taking a good trip to New York, check these places out and make sure not to get caught in the crossfire. Now it's time for a little advice. Remember to watch out for runners. They're basically people who had just turned and still have the ability to sprint. Even though they are usually rare, just watch out for them.
With all of that out of the way, I'll see you guys on the next video, which hopefully will be out soon, and bye. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you like any more of my content, subscribe.